Okay, let's wash the brush out here. Now, we wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner. Okay, we'll wash him out. And I beat the brush just to dry the bristles. Okay. Now, let's use this brush. Be sure it's good and dry. There you go, just redecorated your living room. Now we'll take the almighty brush here. Now, I'm going to wash the brush, and we wash it with odorless paint thinner. And I strongly suggest that you use odorless, or you'll run everybody in the house out in the yard. You'll be there by yourself. Now, we shake the brush into a box, and then beat the bristles dry. Now, if you do this at home, this is a quick way to redecorate your living room in a second. So be careful. Learn how to contain this. That's the most fun of painting. More. And then without washing the brush, I'm going to go right into some Van Dyke brown. Clean the old brush here. That is fun. Okay. All right. Now, without cleaning the brush, I think I'll just go right into some Van Dyke brown. Okay, clean the brush, and we'll go back and blend all this together. There we go. And just beat the bristles dry. And when you're doing this at home, rig up a box or something to contain it. Otherwise, you're going to redecorate your house in a second. So let's just take the big brush and we'll go right into some Van Dyke brown. That's the most fun of all. Shake off the excess thinner and then just beat the devil out of it. Okay. And cover the studio. All you need to do is clean the brush each time. You never want to go back into the center area with a dirty brush. Without cleaning the brush, go right into a little tiny bit of phthalo blue. So we'll clean the brush, beat it dry. There we are. Okay. Then beat the bristles dry and cover the whole studio. Now, I'm in a dangerous position here. He's going to get me. And we wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner. And I have a screen in the bottom of my can that I scrub the brush against to remove the paint. Shake off the excess. There we go. That's the most fun part of it. Bloop, beat them dry, and we're in business. Okay, now I have several brushes going, so I don't have to wash them continually. Well, I'm going to get off here and let you show them how to do a saw blade, and I'll be back with you at the end of the show.
Good deal. Thank you. Okay, we're going to paint a saw blade today. You know, saws come in so many different interesting shapes and sizes.
Let's start with all clean brushes. Boop, 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 boop. That's a lot of fun. And I'll use the same dirty brush, and we'll go right into some Van Dyke brown. And beat the bristles dry. All right, there we are. Avoid using turpentine. Leaves a residue in your brushes. Ooh, there we go. And I scrub the brush against that screen, and that removes the solid particles from the brush and and keeps your paint thinner relatively clean.
Clean our brush. Gonna need a nice, clean, dry brush when you hypnotize. And when you hypnotize, keep in mind that just a few.
Shake off the excess, and then you cover the whole camera crew. Let's lay the brush down, and today, let's have some fun with a knife. I never wash my brushes with turpentine. Only with odorless paint thinner. Shake off the excess. And that's the most fun of all. There we go. That is the fun part.
Okay, we'll go ahead and clean our large brush here.
Bloop, just got the cameraman over there, and he's going to yell at me in a second. Ding, there we are. Isn't she fantastic? I told you you'd love her. And I don't recommend that you wash these natural bristle brushes with soap and water. Okay, we'll just use this same old big brush, and we'll go right into, let's go into some sap green. So I'd like to introduce you today to my friend Joyce Ortner. Joyce, we're glad to have you with us. Thanks for coming.
Oh, Bob, thanks so much for inviting me. I hope everyone enjoys painting a seascape today.
Bloop, there you go. You cover 2 or 3 friends. And there's a screen in the bottom of my can. Hey.
And here we have a little Indian, painted with ease, no effort, very little mixing, and a whole lot of fun.
And we'll wash our brush. And I really recommend you use odorless thinner, or your spouse is going to run you right out in the yard. You'll be working by yourself. Shake off the excess. And then just raise Cain. This is the way you take out all your hostilities and frustrations. It's better than kicking the puppy dog around and all that, so give him a good rap. It's a good way to take out your frustrations. It's better than fighting with your spouse or kicking the puppy dog around. There we go. And that's green. Whoop, there we are. Let's go right down here to the palette. When we load this big brush, pull it through the color. I'll start with some Van Dyke brown. And just beat the bristles dry. And then beat the devil out of it. Okay. And then the fun. Bloop, bloop. You just beat the devil out of that brush. Take out all your hostilities. We'll run everybody in the house out. There we go. And we beat the bristles dry. Shake off the excess. And then just beat the devil out of them. There we go. Doop, doop, doop. Flip, and then beat it dry. Shake off the excess. I have a box down here I shake the brush into, then and that's really the most fun of this whole technique. It's just raising Cain with that brush. Of course, it's also one of the best ways to redecorate your whole room if you're not careful. Try to contain that part of it, like so. And we just covered the whole studio. Give it a little wrap and off we'll go. And just beat the devil out of it.
So now I'll start painting and wish me luck. Here it goes.
And then just to really beat the devil out of it. Cameraman told me before this started, if I covered him one more time, he was going to walk out here and get me. So he's about fed up with this. There. Okay. Beat the brush off. And that's the fun part.
Now I'm gonna wash one of my 2-inch brushes since I dirtied them all up. I gotta do that some more. That's pretty fun.
If you've painted along with us before, you know this is the most fun of the whole technique, is cleaning this brush. Doodle-doodle-doodle. And that's really fun. That really is the fun part of this whole technique. Now it's time to clean a brush. Cameraman's on his own. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess. And right down here I have a box I shake the brush into, and then this is where you take out all your frustrations. Maybe the absolute most fun of this whole technique. Take a nice dry brush. Be sure your brush is dry. If it's wet at this point, you're going to become a mud mixer and you're going to be upset with me. Just beat the devil out of it. And then that really is the fun part. That is the fun part. And take out all your hostilities. Just have a good time doing that. That really is the fun part. Let me just grab a clean brush. I've got several of these old brushes going, so it saves me some time. Shake them off. And just beat the devil out of them. At least by the time you finish this painting, you're going to be an expert brush washer.
Still using that same dirty brush. You can almost get away with not ever cleaning the brushes.
Just give it a nice little wrap there. Yeah. Just beat the devil out of it. Now I'm going to wash the brush. Now we wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner, and I really recommend you use odorless thinner or you're going to be working by yourself. Shake the brush off, then that's the fun part of this technique. And cover the whole studio. It's a lot more fun to wash these big brushes than it is on little bitty ones. Shake it off and then just beat the devil out of it. And just have a good time with it. Then you redecorate your room in just a heartbeat. Really recommend you use odorless thinner. And just beat the devil out of it. Now then, same old dirty brush. Go into a little bit of the Van Dyke brown. Then and just beat the devil out of it. That is really fun. You'll like it. You'll like it. And just take out all your frustrations like that. You can just beat the devil out of it. Wash the old brush. Shake it off. Give it a good wrap, and we're ready to go. Shake it off. And redecorate the studio. And we'll get the cameraman again. He has caught the devil. Shake off the excess. And then just beat the devil out of it. And you totally redecorate the studio. Just cover 2 cameramen. Shake out the excess. Just beat the devil out of it. That's all there is to it. Just beat the devil out of it. And that's the fun part. You'll enjoy that. Give it a good shake. And beat the devil out of it. And beat the devil out of it.
If you're frustrated with a painting, that's a good way to take out your frustrations.
Shake them off. And beat the devil out of them. That's the fun part. Shake it off. And just raise Cain. There we go. Now, just beat the devil out of it. And then just beat the devil out of it. And if you've watched me before, you know this is the fun part of this whole painting technique. This is the fun part. And just beat the devil out of it. Same old dirty brush. Going right into the cad yellow. Shake it off. And I have a box down here that I shake the brush into it and just beat the devil out of it. Let's take, I'll just use a brush. It has a little touch of blue left on it. Shake off the excess, then just take out all your hostilities. This is really where you have fun. Beat the devil out of it. Cover everybody in the studio here. Beat the devil out of it. And all this time, I have yet to wash the brush. These are the kind of paintings that I like. I'm lazy. I don't like to wash the brush. Give it a good shake. And just beat the devil out of it. Look, there you go. Shake off the excess and just take out all your frustrations. Shake off the excess. Yeah. And then just take out all your frustrations. Beat the devil out of it and go about your business. So I'm going to go right into a small touch of Cad Yellow. This is Cadmium Yellow, and just a little tiny bit, just the same old dirty brush, just tap a little touch of that right on the brush. And we'll shake off the excess, and then just beat the devil. That's the most fun part of this whole technique. But if you do that in your living room, you're going to get run out in the yard. Then just beat the devil out of it. Shake them off. Just beat the devil out of them. Wash the brush one more time. Beat the devil out of it. These are oil paints, so you need paint thinner to get the paint out of the brush. Shake off the excess. And just cover everybody in the studio. If you use regular paint thinner that stinks, you're going to be the most unpopular person in the house in just a couple of minutes. Now then, we can wash our little fan brush. We'll just wash it with odorless thinner and wipe it on a paper towel. That's all you have to do. And just beat the devil out of it. I have not washed the brush yet. Phthalo blue. I'll reach up here and grab a little of the crimson. Shake out the excess. And beat the devil out of it. Redecorate the studio. Shake off the excess. And then just splatter everybody. And we wash our brushes with odorless thinner. And I really, really recommend you use odorless thinner. You'll be working by yourself in a heartbeat. Shake off the excess. And then beat the devil out of it. That's the most fun part of this whole technique. That allows the solid materials to settle to the bottom, and it keeps your thinner relatively clean. And cover the cameraman. They hate me. All the cameramen around here have freckles. You can tell which ones work on this show. Camera ladies, too. I'm getting in trouble here. And beat the devil out of it. Now then, without even cleaning the brush, I'm going to go right into a small amount of the phthalo blue. And we'll use this old dirty brush, this old 2-inch brush, and I'll just tap right into some of my Cad Yellow and Sap Green and Yellow Ochre and all those colors. Shake off the excess. And just cover the whole studio. And just beat the devil out of it. And I was born in Daytona Beach and lived around Orlando most of my life. And back in those days, people thought Orlando would never amount to anything but just a swamp. And now it's one of the most fantastic cities in Florida. I'd never use turpentine when I'm washing brushes. I can't. And just beat the devil out of it. There we go. I drive the people in the studio here crazy. And when you're doing yours, just take a look at it, make a big decision, and do it. Of course, the camera people hate it when I wash brushes here. There. We get them. And I just shake the brush into the box and, and beat the devil out of it. Shake it off and just beat the devil out of it. We go back to our 2-inch brush. Be sure it's dry. And cover the whole studio. Give them a shake. And cover everybody. Now, I'm going to warn you, if you do that in your living room the same way I do here, you're going to redecorate the whole room in one heartbeat. You'll not only run your whole family off, but you'll run yourself off. Shake it off. Just beat the devil out of it. And cover the whole studio again. And once again, I'm proud to call him my son. And Steve, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks, Dad.
Let's go right into a little bit more of this yellow. Maybe there's some land here. Okay? But the only big secret, be sure you wash your brush between each application. Shake it off. That's really the fun part of this. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. And I'll wash the brush. And if you've painted with us before, you know we always wash our brushes with odorless thinner. Be sure it's odorless, or it'll run everybody in the neighborhood away. This is where you take out all of your frustrations and hostilities and give it a good shake and just beat the devil out of it. And I'm going right back into that same old dirty brush. Take some yellow ochre, use odorless thinner, shake off the excess, and there we go. Beat it dry and start with clean color. Give it a shake. We're in business. Shake it off and cover the whole studio. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. That's the most fun part of the whole thing. Shake it off. Beat the devil out of it. Okay, we'll clean our brush. Beat it dry, then we're in business. Tell you what, we'll just take the same old dirty brush. I'm lazy today, I don't want to clean it. I'm gonna go right into some Van Dyke Brown. Tell you what, let me grab another brush here. Let's put some warmth in this guy. I'll take a clean brush and just beat the devil out of it. If you've painted with me before, you know this is the fun part of this whole technique. We wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake them off, and just beat the devil out of them. And that's where you take out all your hostilities and frustrations, and it's a lot of fun. Shake it off, cover everything in the studio. Shake it off, give it a good whack. And then we wash our brushes, as you know, with odorless thinner. Shake it off, beat the devil out of it, shake off the excess, and cover everybody in the studio.
The center of the forehead right down through the nose, through the center of the lips, down the chin, and right down the base of the neck.
Now then, I've got several old brushes going here, so I don't have to spend all my time washing them. Shake off the excess. Just have a little fun and off you go. Shoot, I'll just go back to that same old dirty brush I started with. Shake it off and just beat the devil out of it. As I mentioned before, you can change the decor of your room in one heartbeat doing that. One thing I want to show you, I've got a lot of letters in, people saying, how do I contain this? So I brought a little brush beater rack out here to show you today. It's a very simple little device, and it just goes right in the bottom of a waste paper basket. And you shake the brush inside of the basket, then you beat the bristles firmly against this. It contains it, only a couple of bucks, and it'll save you a happy home, your marriage, you can't believe it. And just beat the devil out of it. Sometimes those brushes get away and they go, zoom, clean the other side of the room. That's when you find out who your friends are. There we go. Now back to the brush. That splashing is the most fun. That's a super effective, very easy little sky. Now let's take a little bit of the dark sienna, shake off the excess, and then just beat the devil out of it. That's the most fun part of this whole technique. And take out all your frustrations and hostilities, shake off the excess, and just beat the devil out of it. And just beat the devil out of it. Give it a good shake, and just beat the devil out of it. And just beat the devil out of it. Dirtied up all my brushes. Wash it off, give it a good shake, and just beat the devil out of it. There we are. Isn't that fantastic? If you have to wash and clean your brush between each time you go back from a dark to a light color, most of your color will end up in the bottom of this washer can. If you have 2 or more of each one of these brushes, then you can have one for light, one for dark. It just makes it easier, and I'm lazy. There's the fun part. We'll shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it.
Yeah, I've been waiting for years to do this, Bob. I've been wanting to do this for that.
All right, here we go. The
There
camera
you go.
people are overjoyed
Okay.
because at long last Bob has got all the splatters. If you don't use odorless thinner, you're gonna find yourself you're gonna find yourself working along very, very quickly. Then and just beat the devil out. That's the fun part of this whole thing. Shoot, we'll just use that same old brush, doesn't matter. We'll go right into titanium white with it. We'll do. Now then, we'll just keep using this old 2-inch brush. What the heck? Take the old 2-inch brush, tap in a little color. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner. And just beat the devil out of it. And that is the fun part of this. And we'll shake off the excess, and then just beat the devil out of it. Then just cover everybody in the studio. And we just wipe it off on a paper towel. I just use the same old dirty brush since I have it going here. Shake it off, and just have a good time with it. Just beat the devil out of it. One of these days I'm going to show you my cameramen so you'll know what they look like and you'll understand why it's so funny around here when we beat this brush. All right, there we go. Tell you what, I've got several of each brush going here. Let's take a little touch of that bright red. Well, we wash our brushes, as you know, with odorless thinner. Shake them off and just beat the devil out of them. That's the whole fun part of this. If it's not odorless, you're going to be the most unpopular person in the house. Anything that you believe you can do, you really can do. Let's take a 2-inch brush, and I have several 2-inch brushes, so I don't have to spend all of my time here just washing brushes. We'll shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Let's use that same old brush, you're lazy. So let's take, well, I'm using the same old brush. I had such a small amount of color on it, we can go right into the white and it won't even show. Let me find a clean 2-inch brush. Let's come right up in here. Now I want to create more mist. Shake off the excess and just cover everybody in the studio. Shake it off and just beat the devil out of it. There we are. I just like to wash this brush. There. Be sure it's as dry as possible. That's the fun part. Little brush is not as great as a big brush. Let's take some titanium white. Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. This is where you take out all your frustrations and hostilities, and we'll shake off excess and just beat the devil out of it. And then off you go. That's the most fun part of this whole technique. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out. The most fun part of all this is washing the brush, so let's do that. Just shake it off and, and cover everybody in the room. Well, here's a dirty brush. We'll just use that. It has a little that sky color on it. And little squirrels, boy, they like little kids. They get into everything, absolutely everything. Here she wanted to look at the headset and see what kind of music we were listening to. Now this is true stereo. I mean, this is getting into your music. Tell you what, just use this same old brush. We got it going, and it's working well. No use stopping. Shake it off. There we go. We're in business now. Besides that, it's fun just to beat the brush a little bit. Use a little paint thinner, wash it, and beat the devil out of it. We might as well wash it both. What the heck? There. Actually, I just like to get even with the cameraman because he gives me a hard time. That's the fun part. There we go. and cover everybody in the studio. You don't have to be crazy to do this, but it does help. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. As I say, that's the part that's the most fun. Shake off the excess and just cover everybody around. There we go. And just beat the devil out of it. Now then, we'll just take that same old brush. Shake off the excess and just cover everything in the studio. Good. Sometimes I hit the can. It's called kicking the bucket. Let's just see if the old brush we were using with a dark on it will work. I wanna taint this a little bit anyway with color. All right. That's the fun part of this. Glad you could join us today. Today I have a special little friend here with us that I'd like to share with you before we get started. This is a little kestrel. Shake off the excess and beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Oh my goodness. We'll shake this whole brush and just beat the devil out of it with the paint thinner. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. This is where we really get crazy. Just odorless thinner, paint thinner, shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Okay, let's go into, we'll just keep using that same old dirty 2-inch brush that we were using. It's most exciting. Especially to the camera crew. Just shake off the excess and cover everybody in about a 2-block radius. Just shake off the excess and beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Oh, I've got to show you something here. I have to show you this. A gentleman made this for me. This is a cane that he carved, and it is unreal. But he's actually put an image of old Bob on the end of it here. We'll just use that same old dirty brush. What the heck, it's working pretty good. No use messing with it if it's working. I'm gonna go right into the yellow, be right back here. I have several of these little oval brushes, so I'm gonna grab another one, put a little liquid white on it, go into some yellow, shake off the excess, and just beat the devil out of it. Because I get even with the crew for picking on me here. Maybe we'll do 2, really get them. There, and we wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner and just beat the devil out of them to dry them. We didn't have any video machines or Pac-Man or any of those good things to play. So we would play horseshoes. I'm gonna take a little white. Let's take, I get excited sometimes. I begin seeing things in here because this is where I get even with everybody here in the studio. We shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess and then just beat the devil out of it. There we go. Just shake it off and just cover the entire studio. You should see our camera crew. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Just wash the brush. Shake off the excess and we're in trouble again. Let's take, yeah, this brush doesn't have too much on it. We'll just use it. There. And off we go. And covering the whole studio. When I leave here, they just bring in a bulldozer and clean everything out. It's a good way to get even with anybody that's been hassling you in the last few days. There. See what I mean? Just shake off the excess and beat the devil out of it. Just shake off the excess and beat the devil out of it. Just wash it, shake it off, beat the devil out of it too. Let's take a little bit of that. Oh, we got a little dirty brush here. We got a little bit of Prussian blue. There's a screen down here in the bottom of the bucket that I scrubbed the brush against, and we'll shake it off and just beat the devil out. That really is the fun part of this whole technique. So say I have several several brushes going, so I don't have to spend all my time washing. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Cover everybody for 2 blocks here. There we go. All right, and shake it off and just cover the whole room. Just cover the whole room. That really is the fun part of this. Shoot, maybe we'll just use that same old brush. I'll go right into a little Cadmium Yellow. I'm gonna grab another clean 2-inch brush. I have several of them going. Since these are oil paints, that's what we use. There. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Maybe we'll wash this brush. What the heck? I just really like to wash brushes. Keeps my crew here on their toes. And just beat the devil out of it. I will shake it off and then just beat the devil out of it. As I say, that has to be the most fun part of the whole technique. We just shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Over here, maybe this one here is on top of old stones and stuff that are laying in the water. We don't know. We don't know. Don't know that we even care. Once again, though, we're using almost no paint. No paint.
So much for that pair of pants.
Once again, experiment a little, and you'll find marvelous things that happen. For that, I'll just keep using the same old dirty brush. Take a little Cad Yellow, a little bit of yellow ochre, a little Indian yellow here and there. Shake off the excess. And just cover everybody around you. There we go. Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess paint thinner. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess. And we just cover everybody in the studio. I got to show you one more little feller. Shoot, we've showed you several animals in this series. I want to show you one more little fella that I think you'll just love. This is a little baby raccoon, just a tiny little thing. But I think he's one of the neatest little characters. I'm just painting his tree while we're watching it. And keeps the paint thinner relatively clean. It will shake it off and just just beat the devil out of it. Find the brush here, it's not too dirty. We don't care. Just shake off the excess and beat the devil out of it. That is a lot of fun. Shake it and just beat the devil out of it. You can change the decor of a room very quickly if you're not careful doing that. Scrub the brush, shake it off, and just cover everybody in the studio. Sometimes we'll just take that old brush, go right into some mountain color, a little bit of white. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake it off. Just beat the devil out of it. Shake it off. Just beat the devil out of it. I just like to get even with the camera people, and this is my time. All right, shake it off. And we got him. Shake it off. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake it off. Just beat the devil out of it. Shake it off. Just beat the devil out of it. In the meantime, I'm going to grab another brush. I have several of them going, so I don't have to spend all my time just washing brushes. Go back. Let's use the old 2-inch brush, Dave. What the heck? We wash it with odorless paint thinner, shake it off, and just beat the devil out of it. And that's really the fun. It's just beating the old brush here. Shake it off. And just beat the devil out of it. That allows the solid materials to sort of settle to the bottom. Kick the bucket there. I have several of these old brushes going, so I don't have to spend all my time washing brushes. I really just want to get even with the camera people. They've been hassling me. We wash it the same way as we wash the other brushes, except it's not near as much fun to beat.
This is the fun part. You know what? I tried to get Bob to stay on here, but he just wouldn't do it. And he's afraid I'd flip paint on him, like I did the last time.
Like that. And beat the devil out of it. Just scrub them off. Give it a good shake. And cover the entire studio. That's really the fun part of it. Now, if you want to have some fun, let me dip that brush into a little thinner and shake most of it out. I've left a tiny little bit in it. And then just beat the devil out of it. And just beat the devil out of it. Just shake off the excess. And beat the devil out of it. We'll just take our little paper towel, and I've just got a little plastic tray here that I picked up. Shoot, let's get this old 2-inch brush here and go into some nice, same colors, the yellows and and just beat the devil out of it. That really is the fun part. Be sure it's odorless. Shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. And just beat the devil out of it. And here we are. Shake it off. And just cover everything in about a block radius. And there we go. Or you'll become the most unpopular person in the whole house. And if you do that in the living room, you're going to become unpopular too. And just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. That's really the most fun part of it. Now then we just shake off the excess and, and beat the devil out of it. And then we just beat the devil out of it. Shake off the excess. And just really beat the devil out of it. Be sure it's odorless. Shake it off. I kicked the bucket too.
And remember, when you're pulling reflections down, reflections are only as low as what's above them is high.
Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. There we go. That really is the most fun part. And we just create one big mess.
But by all means, come out of the closet and paint flowers.
And then cover the whole studio. Shake it off. And just beat the devil out of it. That's all there is to putting the color on. Beat the brush out good and dry. And just beat the devil. That really is the fun part. Actually, it's my way of getting even with the crew for picking on me. All right, shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. And you can cover everything in about a 10-foot radius if you're not careful. Take off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it. Man, let me get a clean brush. That one's sort of dirty. I want this to be very dark. Since these are oils, you need paint thinner to get the paint off your brush. You're not supposed to hit the bucket though, like I did. Green allows the solid material to settle to the bottom. And that way your paint thinner remains relatively clean. Shake off the brush. And beat the devil out of it. There we are. Shake off the excess. And just beat the devil out of it.
And it's amazing if you go in with a 2-inch brush afterwards, you know, and blend it out a little bit.
And just beat the devil out of it. There we are. And just beat the devil out of it. All right. You can certainly change the decor of a room very rapidly if you're not careful. Now I've got several brushes going, so I don't have to spend all my time just washing brushes. Shake it off, then and just beat the devil out of it. That really is the fun part of this whole technique. And the paint thinner remains pretty clean. And then that's the fun part. But it's not bad. It doesn't splash this far. We just use one of these old brushes that we were working with. Put a little bit of that color in there. We wash it. Just shake off the paint thinner and beat the devil out of it. And just beat the devil out of it. I've got several whole 2-inch brushes going. Shoot, that old 1-inch or 2-inch brush is working pretty good. I'm going to take it and tap it right into yellow ochre. Just shake it off and beat the devil out of it. Shake off the paint thinner. Just beat the devil out of it.
When you're doing a large painting like this, it's a really good idea to have a sturdy easel like this one.
There. Isn't that fun? We'll take and shake off the excess and beat the devil out of it. I'd like to wish each and every one of you happy painting, God bless, and we'll see you soon.